This video is meant to kind of cover all the super glides and all the problems in one video. So just make sure you watch through the whole thing. That's all I have to say. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. But if you do enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, consider subscribing, and let's get into it. Link in the description will bring you to this website. Just click download in the top right, and if it pops up as a white page, that means you need WinRAR. Just go to this link, click the blue button, and then follow the instructions. Inside the WinRAR file, you'll find these 3 files. You just want to find wherever your game is installed. I did this by going to View Properties and then click Browse, and then you want to go into CFG, and you just want to drag into this folder. I know there's like a client folder, don't worry about that. It's just still the CFG folder. And then after you do that, you just want to click your additional launch options and then add exec, auto exec. You see that when I'm in game now, when I press F, I jump, and then if I just scroll once after pressing F, my game goes to 30 frames, and then when I scroll again, back to max frames. And you see that when I don't press F and scroll, nothing. But you just want to go up to item and press F and then scroll wheel when you get to the top. Timing is a little bit different than if you were to do it like naturally. If you want to delete it, you just want to delete the files and then go into game and bind the first key. So I had the key on F, and now that I have it on F, it just inspects, so there's no jumping, and when I scroll wheel, it's just regular jumping. So if you want to use configs on controller on the EA client, you need to first make sure you completely exit out of EA from your task manager, and then you want to go to Steam, click add a non-Steam game. You want to add EA desktop, and then you want to add your game. So it's in program files, electric arts, EA desktop, and then you just want to find the app that says EA desktop. Then after that, you want to click browse again, and then you just want to find your game. It should be in program files, EA Apex, and then just add R5 Apex. Click add selected programs, and then when you launch EA desktop, when you're inside of it, if you can press shift tab and the menu pops up, that means it's working correctly. If not, I don't really know what you did wrong, or if it just doesn't work for you. This is how it works for me. It's how I've always used it. You see that's open. When I press shift tab, you see that it works. And now that I know the controller overlay works, I'm gonna set up the actual super glide. So super glide I'm gonna be showing you has no files. You don't need any files. It's just a 1-button super glide from the last video. You just want to go to your D-pad. I put D-pad down, that's the one I like to use, and you want to add an extra command. The commands need to be your jump button. So for me, that's scroll wheel down, and your crouch button, which was for me C. On the crouch button, you want to make sure that the fire start delay is 3, not 2, and fire end delay 298. And then you want to go into scroll wheel down, go settings, put hold to repeat turbo, and put the fire end delay on 3. Now that we're in game, super simple to hit. You can tap strafe after it, all that stuff. If you're using the keyboard version and wondering why it's not working, essentially a few things that could be happening. If when you press F you don't jump, that means it's some auto exec problem. That means your auto exec is either spelled wrong, put in the wrong spot, it's just not activating the files. Just go to your folder, click view, and you want to make sure you have file name extensions. I'm on Windows 11, so it's right here, but it'll be up here for you if you're on Windows 10, and this will make you see the .cfg. So you see I have .cfg in here, but inside here I don't have .cfg. That's how it's supposed to be. And then inside the auto exec I don't have .cfg. That is how it's supposed to be. If you just drag and drop the files, you should be good. You shouldn't have to worry. You see the F button is working when I'm jumping. That means the auto exec is at least working. And now that when I scroll once, it'll go to 30. If that doesn't happen, it's either you have VSync on. If you have VSync on, none of this works. Or you could just be scrolling too fast. I see this all the time, but make sure you're just scrolling 1 tick. If you want to change any of the keybinds, this is where you want to go. So for the first button, the initiate button, I use F. This is where you would change it. You can use any button here for real. The only button I wouldn't use is space, because if you use space and emerald down interchangeably, you might just mess up and just lock your game at 30 FPS randomly. But for this keybind, the second keybind, this needs to be a scroll. So it can't be on the keyboard. It has to be the scroll wheel. So it can either be scroll wheel down or scroll wheel up. And then if you change it in this file, you need to go to every single file and change, the emerald down to up. So this would then become up, and then this would become up. In the last file, this is where you can change your FPS max. I use 300 because I record in high FPS. but I would recommend putting this at your hertz, so either 240, 144, or even like if you're at 60 hertz, like maybe 75, you know, up to you, but obviously mine on 300. That should be the end of the video. This might be like my last Apex video, like no bullshit. I haven't really been playing the game, and I don't really want to be like just forcing content for the game, kind of like how I did like for Call of Duty, like how I'm doing right now. So it's probably gonna be like my last video, and then I'll probably just, you know, upload CS. So yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, you know, helps the algorithm type shit. But I'll see you next video. Peace.